Wow, that is such a good question.
Alana, I want to start with you. Actually, you've been such a video game fan and you've been a video game writer. You also create content, you still do, and you're an actor and director. Of all these years, you have been such a fan, and now you're playing video game characters. How does it feel for you to play such a character that you have mentioned is such a hot character for you?
It's insane. I always think about, and like I really do try to like smell the roses, you know. I always think about like what kid me would have thought playing Ocarina of Time, and like I could cry now talking about it. Like it's still video games is such an important part of my life, obviously, and like all I really want is to help cool teams make cool stuff in with any skill set that I can possibly have. So, getting to do that with this particular team, Ad Hoc, who, you know, I reviewed some of the Telltale games when I was at IGN, and I've played, I think, every single game that they made, was just such an honor from the start. Like even being able to be asked to be a part of it, and then you know reading the scripts and learning about the character, and yeah, she's really hot, but like the writing's so good, and it's just such a talented team of people that it's just yeah, it's genuinely an honor. Like I'm so proud and so happy, and like I feel like yeah, my like 12-year-old self would be like, what, that chick, oh my god. And yeah, I try to remember those things, because sometimes I feel like if you don't like sit in it a little, it can really pass you by, you know, the things that you do accomplish every day. And yeah, it means a lot. It's been very, very, very cool.
Mayana,
Thank you.
you've been also working with Ad Hoc as a writer. You also voice Coupe, and I'm
Hmm.
curious about. It's such a wonderful character, by the way. I love her.
Thank
I'm
you.
curious about if if you could have a catchphrase written for her, what would it be?
That's a great question.
Catchphrase for Coop. Oh, that's so hard, putting me on the spot.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
no, you're fine. I think it would just be like silence, something like that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works very well. I think yeah, I will be silenced. That's sure.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'll do whatever she says.
Thought Squad, you're such an artist. I love your music, and but, you know, Prism is also such a wonderful artist, talented, and I love her costume, love her glasses, by the way. I'm curious about if you could describe, or if you think, what would be her like go-to playlist on a daily basis?
Ooh.
Oh, her go-to playlist on a daily basis, it's all like lady divas.
Hmm.
Like, okay,
Mariah.
Mariah,
Okay.
Beyonce, Shaka Khan,
Yes.
some Dolly Parton's gonna be in
There
there.
she goes.
Just like confident lady, badass diva. I mean, bad but divas.
There you go.
I don't know if we
Mm.
can say it.
Wow. That's wonderful. I love that. Those are great picks. And this is all for three of you. Like, you have given so much time of you to you, like all these characters. You have played, you have given so much of time. And in some ways, these characters have learned so much from you. Is there anything you guys have learned from your characters?
Ooh.
I'm interested in your answer to that.
Oh my God. I've learned from Coop.
Yeah.
Always keep your situationship close by.
Nice.
Yeah, and I won't explain further, but people will pick up on it if they understand what I'm talking about.
I also don't know what that means.
Yeah, Coop has a romantic relationship with another character that's very subtle, and some people have
Right.
picked up on it already. And it's really funny.
Man, I don't know who that is either.
You know? Gotta dig deep.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, Malevola specifically, I think she's very self-assured and confident, and obviously like sarcastic and kind of mean. And I think I can be very guarded when I first meet people, and it definitely takes me a while to make friends, because I just like kind of I'm like strangers. And it's a thing I don't love about myself. And I feel like she kind of goes on a journey through this game of like letting herself be warmer and care more about these people. Obviously, she has her best friend, but like developing friendships with everybody else in a way that was like a little like cathartic to see play out and be so well written. That I'm like, yeah, I could do some of that maybe like without all of the meanness, but like just be a little more open, especially like when you feel like you're independent or strong or whatever, to letting people help you. I think is something that I could
Right.
definitely take from her for sure.
Yeah. I think what I learned from Prism is you never have to shrink who you are. And don't worry about being, what's the word? Being digestible and just be yourself, because she says what she wants when she wants, how she wants, and she doesn't care. And it's gotten her this far in life, and being able to translate that to like this workplace comedy of it all. Yeah, I would say that because there's times when I just want to be like, and honestly, what are we doing here? But you can't. But now I'm like, maybe I
Maybe you
could.
can.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for giving me that. I'm gonna take all of that and use that in my daily life, hopefully to make myself better. One of the things that I love about Dispatch is it's player's choice. Whatever you choose, you have consequences, and but players choose it and be confident with it and move on. In
Mm.
all of your careers, what are some of the choices that you have made, looking back, that you're super proud of?
Wow, that is such a good question. Man, I was working in corporate for a toy company and it was fine and I probably could have stuck around, but I was feeling very creatively like stifled by it and I made the decision to leave and pursue a fellowship at Nickelodeon and kind of take the leap and risk a lot and downsized all my stuff, but I think that it was ultimately like much more fulfilling for me as a creative to be able to pursue things that I really believed in. Yeah. So proud of that choice.
Yeah, can never go wrong with that particular kind of thing. I moved to America when I was 21. I had $50 in my bank account. That was a big one, and that's like I think really very difficult leaving everyone you've ever met to pursue working in the games industry is obviously I'm like super proud thinking about the fact that I was a 21-year-old and I did that. The second one is like gonna sound really silly, but it sticks with me a lot. Is when I got to IGN, I was still like wearing video game t-shirts like as a fan. And I remember somebody that I worked with there telling me something like, you can't wear those anymore. You're in the industry now. And I remember like that as like almost a fork in the road where I went, no. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still a
Yeah.
fan of all of this and I'm not going to get jaded with it. And I think it's very easy to do that when you work in the games industry. You'll be like, oh, all these trailers. I still love E3/Summer Game Fest. I still like really love video games and haven't let, there's some bitterness surrounding them sometimes infect me at all. And I always think about that t-shirt moment. That's the time where I was like, I love this and you're not going to stop me from loving it. Shut up. And I feel like that's like kept me going the whole time that I've been in the games industry.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I think for me, so I've always been some sort of performer. I've been acting since I was in the sixth grade. And I've always been two things. So I'd always have some sort of creative thing going and then also a job thing going. And then after Pound Cake really took off, the shirt that my grandma was wearing, Your Pop Pop Eats Coochie, that was my third side hustle. I made t-shirts for like family reunions and stuff.
Can I get
And
one of those?
you sure?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so then everybody wanted that shirt. So I'm trying to make shirts, $10,000 worth of shirts, ship them out, as well as I run a nonprofit for kids in theater and work at another nonprofit because that's where my money came from. And saying, I don't have to do work for other people.
Yeah.
And going out on a limb and making my own money for myself, best decision I've ever made because now I get to be here. I didn't have to take off work
Yeah.
to be here. I
That's
didn't
work.
have to worry about if I left my job to come to California for one day and
You get
came
fired
back.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, so being able to understand that what your creative passion is, that can be your main thing. And that's it's great for me. I'm not gonna cry on
You're allowed to cry.
national.
I'll hold your finger.
I'm a real
Yeah, there you go.
thug.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that. The thing that you said is something like you follow your passion. And that's what I'm doing right now. That's I'm right here and talking to you guys.
Hell
So
yeah.
you've been, sharing all of that has been amazing. And with Dispatch, you guys play such great super villains. And I'm curious, like with all the super villains that have come and go on and like we still see them, is there any superhero that your character you would like to team up with?
Ooh. Ooh. Like outside of Dispatch, like any superhero?
It could be any superhero.
I think Coop would do great with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
I think she can fly and he can do web slinging and it would be good. It would be a good time.
This is such a weird answer. I kind of want to say the Sentry. He's like,
Oh,
it's such a weird pick, but it's like the whole thing with the Sentry and the Void, I think, is so interesting, and I feel like Malevola being demon could maybe. Well, I guess if the Fantastic Four couldn't do it, she couldn't do it. But maybe she could like wrangle him. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
And like make it work. I think that'd be an interesting buddy cop situation.
I would say Frozone.
Yeah.
I think that
wow.
their personalities would match because like they would
They have
just
the same
be so
visor.
yeah, they have the same
Mhm.
visor. They would be so sassy together, but also they could be unapologetically black superheroes together.
Real.
And then like somebody's robbing the milk factory and we'll both be looking at you like the milk white people got to stop doing crime. Like I see the vision in my head.
So perfect.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time. Really, I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.